Hey everybody, this is Cadroll Hunter, and people regularly ask me, what do you do with all the coins that you find in coin roll hunting? Do you keep them? Do you sell them? What do you do with them? Well, today I'm going to tell you what I do with some of the coins that you should probably think about doing too. If you're a coin roll hunter and a collector, you might want to do exactly what I've just done. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, this is James and you're watching my channel Cadroll Hunter. And today I'm going to talk about what I do with some of the coins that I find. If you're a coin roll hunter, how many of any one coin do you really need anyhow? You want to find a really great example of a particular coin. You want to hold on to anything that might be valuable. But what do you do when you have 10 of something or 20 of something or a whole tube of something? Well, I'll tell you what I've done, and what that is trade them with other collectors. Particularly other collectors who can't get the coins that I get. I've done this before. I've got a number of videos out where I've done trades with one of my subscribers, Greg. He's in the States and he finds some wonderful coins, whether it is junk silver or whether it is collection purchases or coin roll hunting. He finds things that I just am not likely to find in my Canadian coin roll hunts, and I've traded him Canadian coins. Well, I had another opportunity to do a big important trade with another one of my subscribers, MD, and MD lives in Poland. And so what he suggested was trading some Canadian coins, some older coins, some silver coins for some Polish coins that I couldn't get where I live, including some really cool older stuff. I'm really excited to dig in, and I have to say, I've held on to this for a long time and I haven't opened it up. It takes a lot of restraint. I've been so busy with things. I'm so excited to get in. So MD, finally, I'm going to get a chance to take a look. He's had his coins for a while and he posted what he got in the trade with me. I'm going to put that up here, a link so you can see that video that he's posted on what he got from me in that trade. So let's dig in and see what he has sent me. I'm really excited about this. All right, I got into that package, and so I've got a postcard here from MD from Warsaw. That's pretty awesome. And he's also given me some information on some of the coins so I can learn about them. So I'm going to get these sorted, but here's what he sent me. There is a little bag here that says silver. That's always cool. And then a couple of kind of packages of coins here. So there's one and then two, and he sent me some commemoratives. So I'm going to get all of this stuff out of here and arrange it so we can look through it together and see what he sent me. And I'll go through these notes that have lots of good information on the coins as well. Okay, so I've got everything laid out here in a way that sort of makes sense for me to be able to show you these coins. We got a great assortment of coins here from MD from Poland. This is really fantastic. And what I thought I'd do is just start with these sort of bottom rows here that just show the various denominations. Much of this is more contemporary, at least post-war. So 70s, 80s, and 90s, and early 2000s, I've got some here. But I love the history of the coinage and the stories they tell. Coins can't talk, but what you see on the coin and the time periods they went through can say a lot. Most of these coins here are from the Soviet era of Poland, after World War II and prior to Polish independence in 89, 90, or re-independence, one might say, because Poland has become independent at least a couple of times in the last century or so. And we've got several different denominations here to talk about. The oldest that I have and the smallest denomination, these ones on the bottom row, are from 1949, and they're actually in pretty fantastic shape. Now, the denomination here is the groszy, and this is plural, or grosz. And I'm not Polish, and I'm not an expert in pronunciation, so I'm probably going to get it wrong. I'll do my best. But this is 1 grosz. And then we've got 5 groszy. These ones are both from 1949, but different compositions. Very interesting that they had more than one composition in that year. 5 groszy, 10 groszy, 50 groszy. Oh, and there's a 20 I put in the wrong spot above there. So those are sort of like cents. They are a division of the next denomination up here. So we'll look at that in just a second. But before we go any further, you're seeing the reverse of these coins, and the obverse are all very similar. The obverse of these coins features the white eagle. This is the emblem of Poland. You would see this on the coat of arms. This is from 1988. This is towards the end of the Soviet era. One thing you'll note is that this coin, the eagle, doesn't have a crown on it. So they decided that the crown, which had been featured on the eagle, the white eagle, would be removed. It was sort of a commentary on Polish independence. It was taking that sovereignty away from Poland as a symbol. Well, that's come back. So here, I'll show you a couple of other coins before I go too far. So this is a very special coin. We're going to come back to this. This is from 1933, and you will see that that crown at the head of the eagle is in fact there. And this is a bit of a different portrait. It's the feathers are more full. It's a little bit more artistic, if you ask me. Probably the artistic sensibilities of the time, even the font and the lettering is a bit different. But that crown is there. And then through the Soviet era, that crown, as we saw, was gone. But I have a coin here from 1990. This is post-Soviet rule. And if I flip it over, you will see that that crown is back. And that's pretty fantastic. So there's little bits of history. If you know what you're looking for, you can always do a little bit of research and digging to find out more about what's happening in the country that you can see from their coinage. So we'll get back to these coins and we'll look at these other ones that we have here. Now, this next denomination is really interesting because how you say it depends on the number. So this one right here is 1 złote. 1 złote. And if it's 2 to 4, it's pronounced a little bit different. And again, I'll try my best, but this is 2 złote. So it's a little bit different. And if it's 5 or more, it's złotek. Złotek. So very interesting that there's some differentiation between the denominations. But I have here's a 1 złote from 1949. And then we've got some from the 70s and 80s. And as you can see, through the 70s, 80s, and 90s, that as time progressed, the size of the coins changed, the composition of the coins changed. These are actually all pretty light coins. So there is some amount of aluminum in here. It might be a bit of like aluminum mixed with other metals. This is very similar. This one here, this is a 1989, and you can see this is just before that crown was reintroduced. This is in great condition. But this one is extremely light. And when we get into the 2 złote, you'll see that again, an older coin is larger. The composition has changed considerably. The dimensions have changed. And then again, as we got into the 80s. So we see that through the 5 złotek, same thing, and the 10 and the 20 until we get to that 100. This one is a heavier coin. This feels like it might be copper nickel, but I'll put the composition on the screen so you can see for sure. So a really wide range of coins here of different denominations, really cool. Next, we'll want to take a look at these commemoratives that I have up here. And I really appreciate that MD actually gave me some notes on the history of these coins and what they're depicting, what part of history or what historical figure is being commemorated on the coins. So starting right here at the top, this 10 złotek from 1976 depicts Adam Mickiewicz, Poland's most exceptional poet, who also started the Romantic epoch in the country. This 1978 10 złotek features Bolesław Prus, who is a famous writer and novelist from the Positivism period. Next to that, this 20 złotek from 1976. The figure here is Marceli Nowotko. He's a communist activist murdered during World War II and was made a martyr by the Soviet established government. And so just another historical element to these coins and what they depict. Beside that here is a 20 złotek from 1974, and it's the 25th anniversary of the establishment of the RWPG, an economic union in the Eastern Bloc. Beside that one, this is a really cool design. Check it out. 10 zlotek from 1975, International Women's Year. And beside that, a 20 zlotek from 1978. Maria Konopnicka was a poet, writer, and an activist in political and feminist arenas. Fascinating figure in Polish history. We're going to move down to the next row here. And these ones, these three here, are all silver. So that's really cool. So if you're a numismatist and a silver stacker, these are the kinds of coins that would get you excited because they're historical coins with silver content that make them perhaps even more valuable or more interesting, depending on what it is. This first one here is 200 zlotek from 1974, 30 years of communist Poland. It's 62.5% silver. And I'll just flip it over so we can sort of see the other side. And there we go, XXX. That is Roman numerals for 30. And that would be 30 years of the Polish People's Republic, I guess. This next one is 200 zlotek from 1975. And it's the 30th anniversary of Nazi Germany's defeat. It's 75% silver. And I'm not sure if that's because it was 1975, they went to 75% silver, because this next commemorative is again 62.5% silver. This 200 zlotek from 1976 is commemorating the 21st Olympic Games. Interestingly, it's commemorating the Montreal Olympics. So there is a Canadian connection here with this Polish coin from 1976 commemorating the Olympic Summer Games held in Montreal, Canada. Very cool. And again, 62.5% silver. Now we got a few other cool ones I want to talk about here that we'll start with these two. These are the oldest ones in the bunch. This one here, check it out. 1923. And this is 50 grossi. And you can see that the eagle is somewhat different than on the modern ones. Very cool, more stylized for sure, the way its wings are. Very cool design, 1923, and a really nice reverse design. And then this one right here is also silver. This one here is 5 zlotek from 1933. I'm going to flip it over and just see this gorgeous design. I'm not sure what the grade would be on this coin, but you can still see all that fine detail. Those look like wheat sheaves there. Really, really cool. That's an awesome coin. So this was actually the one that started the conversation with MD to establish a trade for this. And you can see how that went. It started with one coin, and then it quickly changed to be a whole lot of coins. And then there's one more coin in here I'll just show you for good measure. He sent me this 1964 50-cent piece and with Queen Elizabeth II. The reason he included this is because he had this in his collection and it's been cleaned. So you can see there are some scratches and marks on here from some pretty harsh cleaning. And because it's more or less these 1964s, unless they're in a high mint state, they're essentially worth the silver bullion value here in Canada. So I was able to exchange this cleaned coin for one in better condition. And he's putting together a typeset of Canadian coins. So we found a better example that would suit his collection a little bit better. So that is a look at a trade that I did with a subscriber and a viewer from Warsaw, Poland. And as I said at the outset, trading your duplicate coins for coins that you don't have and can't easily get, or might be more expensive for you to get because they had to make their way here through a dealer or something like that. It's an excellent way to expand your collection without necessarily adding exorbitant costs. So this was a really cool opportunity. I didn't have any of these coins in my collection, and I'd be very hard pressed to get any of these in a coin roll hunt. So many thanks to MD for a great time looking through coins. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to enjoy looking through them more. I'm going to sort of catalog them, add them to my collection, document all the things that I have here. I like to keep myself very organized. So thank you so much. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, CAD Roll Hunter, please do that and you'll be informed when my next videos are coming out. I have videos coming out all the time. Sometimes it's coin roll hunting, sometimes it's a trade or a purchase of interesting coins from around the world. And please give the video a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. That really helps me out a great deal. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I always appreciate it. We'll see you again next time. The sponsors of today's video are Lighthouse Canada and the Charlton Press. Lighthouse Canada is the leading supplier of high-quality numismatic supplies in Canada, and the Charlton Press is the leading publisher of coin and paper money catalogs and price guides for Canadian collectors. Go check out their online stores today and use the exclusive discount code CRH20 for 20% off all your purchases.